Has learned an architectural firm has released a final report on a proposed Beaumont school bond issue. The report will help a bond committee decide which schools need to be replaced and renovated and how much the work will cost. Jessica Holloway reports tonight there is a lot of work to complete before the issue can be placed on the November ballot.
I think we've got a long way to go before we get to anything at all that looks like a final package. I've still got a lot of questions that haven't been answered.
Some of those questions will be answered now that 3 times the final report has been delivered to Beaumont Independent School District. Carl Rabinoff, the architecture firm's senior vice president, says the company ran into a few surprises while finalizing the report.
Who knows what's going to happen to inflation? And if we have anything that keeps surprising us, is that we keep thinking that inflation is going to level out here sometime soon, and all indications are that inflation just keeps skyrocketing.
Dr. David Tusher knows skyrocketing dollar amounts isn't a formula for success with voters.
I personally think that we ought to break it up into a number of different parts and let the voters pick on every one of those parts.
But he is optimistic after hearing some of the changes since the preliminary report. South Park Middle School, originally scheduled for demolition, created friction with some voters. Rabinoff says it might cost less to restore the school instead.
You're always worried about what you might find behind walls, and this structural test that we have going on right now will make us all feel better, because we'll see, we'll be able to really look behind some things that we couldn't look behind before.
Tusher says the increase in tax scores and the success the Hardin-Jefferson School District had passing its bond issue will help voters in BISD recognize the need to pass a bond issue.
Hardin-Jefferson, put out their plan. It was very precise. They had drawings. Everyone knew what they were going to get, what they're going to pay for. It's on a much smaller scale than we're talking about. But I think we need to be willing to tell the voters exactly what they want to hear. They're going to want to know, what is it going to cost me? What am I going to get for it? How's it going to affect my schools?
So the committee will meet throughout the summer, trying to narrow the scope and make the bond issue more voter-friendly.
Well, I think it's a project worth doing, and anything worth doing is worth doing it right. And if I'm going to, say to the voters, I think we ought to do this, then I want to make darn sure that we've got a number that is solid, that is worth doing, and there's no fat. We cut it right down to the meat and the bone.
In Beaumont, Jessica Holloway, KFDM 6 News.
And again, the committee will meet during the summer to review the final report.